Alrighty. So setting up your space like this for our Tai Chi for Gait and Balance class will help you get the most out of it, allow you to just flow from one exercise to the next. Because of course we do some things on this side here, and then we want to, for evenness, we want to also be over here, working from here. We also do some things where we go down range, right? Whether it's sideways movement or forward movement, and we want to have these chairs somewhere where you can get at them if you need them, right? So I go over that each time and suggest that you set it up just like you see here. This might be a little too wide. It's not necessary to be that wide, but we just don't want to, really narrow. We want some space to work on movements. Once you've got this set up, then let's begin. And we begin this class and our Friday class similarly in the chair, at the front of the chair, central upright. This little protocol, want that embedded in the subconscious eventually, so that, and we want it to just be as simple as possible so that you might have a chance of remembering it or having it sort of flash to you. You go, oh yeah, right? So it's Zhongjang or central upright. That's the first thing. So you create central upright. So if we're sitting at the back of our chair, kind of resting in the back of the chair, we can't really work on central upright. Even if we try to straighten, we're not creating the correct down through the chair, which eventually becomes down through the legs relationship with the earth. So scooting to the front edge, and then from the pelvis up, we create Zhongjang. So if my pelvis were tipped back, you can already see in my body, there's a crunch happening here. The body's kind of falling backwards. Therefore, I have to have tension in my body to keep myself where I am. Rarely do we see people doing, this too much, but sometimes when we stand up, what you'll see is that, right? And so then that becomes a jamming issue in the lower back. Lana, you're often asking that question, right? And that's the answer to that question. Why does my back hurt while I'm doing Tai Chi? It's because you're hanging out, jammed up here, and you're not alone in that. And then when you're moving, it's one of the sayings in Tai Chi is you want it to go through, not to. So here, if my back is here, then everything's going right to that spot, and then that becomes pain. It wears things down. Whereas in Tai Chi, that emphasis is through, right? And I'm not tucked, I'm just open through. And then when we shift and we turn, we can move freely, and that's where the fancy parts of Tai Chi can come in when we're not stuck, right? So all of that can be worked on right here in your seat. Seated meditation becomes more than just quiet your mind and clear it, right? It becomes structural perfection. We want to work on that structural perfection. So again, Zhongjang, central upright. Then Sung, or soft, relaxed, released. When you relax, at first people think relaxation is a slouching or a slumping. But what actually is happening is as you relax, you're getting rid of tightness, which is jamming everything up. So what actually happens is you get longer and you get more plump, more buoyant, more spacious. So when you relax, your central upright actually floats up a little bit as the heavy weight goes down. So that's the last little bit. Zhongjang, central upright. Sung, soften and relax. Chunwan, heaviness goes down. Qingling, What's left is light and buoyant. Breathe in through the nose. Feel the whole body expand and open. And then breathe out through your mouth or your nose. Feel your whole body settle in and consolidate. Let's just do 8 or so of these breaths. At the top of each inhale, you can hold, absorbing more chi into the body, trading more waste product out into the lungs. And then when you exhale, that's a more effective exhale, getting more waste out. At the bottom of the exhale, you can hold. Don't inhale right away. And then you inhale when you're ready. And you hold. And then you exhale. And you hold empty. A few more. So keep this state. It's a state of upright and relaxed, heaviness down, and light, nimble through the body. Slide your hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back, chest and chin up. Inhale. Exhale, slide hands forward past the knees, hollow the chest, and round the back, drop the head. Exhale. 3 or 4 more of those. Inhale. And exhale. A few more. Residue, rust, accumulation, stagnation, whatever you want to call it, that happens to our body when we are too sedentary. And it happens at every single movable part. So even if you walk or you go somewhere, but you didn't move your shoulder blades or you didn't move your head and neck, right? You can move across the room and yet not move all your parts individually, right? And so we got to keep each mechanism tuned. Let's settle back to neutral and go into your twist. Left hand forward past the knee, right hand and elbow back, turn the shoulders and head. And let's come back to middle and turn to the other side. Right hand forward, left hand and elbow back, turn the shoulders, turn the head. Inhale back to center and exhale, turn. Center and turn. The idea is if we, just like flossing our teeth, when you regularly floss and brush, but let's use flossing as the example, there's very little plaque buildup. There, of course, is plaque buildup every day, but if we just go in and keep that at bay, then our teeth stay fine. It's really when we allow it to build up and then it becomes hardened and extra damaging that we get into trouble. So ideally, we practice regularly to the point where when we practice, we're going, hey, I feel pretty good. I'm just going in there and getting that last little bit here and that last little bit there. Let's come back to center, hang the arms loose. Shift the weight over to the right buttock, side lean, left wrist floats up, left foot floats up. And back to center, neutral. And then lean to the left and neutral. Lean. And especially if we've been sedentary for a period of time or, something like Parkinson's shifts into your life and kind of takes the wind out of your sail, then you might find you need to really focus for a period of time to break through. You maybe do it twice a day for a while, just to get those spaces back. And then maybe it can go into more maintenance mode, right? It's like if the house gets really dirty, you got to really clean it up. But then eventually you can just maintain it. That would be the idea. Now, hang in neutral. We we slide the shoulders apart on the back so they come forward. We lift and go back over top and down. Scapular range of motion. If you look at the anatomy of the shoulder blades, you see they are involved in a lot of different areas, right? So they tie into obviously the arms and shoulders, but they tie up to the neck and head. They also tie into the middle back and even down into the lower back, which can then affect the hips and onward. So keeping these clear, mobile, and fluid, really important. Let's go ahead and reverse. We go back and up, forward and down. And you may find, right, especially as you start breaking through layers, that there's a natural kind of movement of the head and neck and body. Because as I lift up and over, I can feel I just loosen something, so my head wants to turn and drop down. And so allow for that secondary and tertiary movement that comes from breaking up something that's stuck in a particular area. It's like liberation. Like as the shoulder blades loosen, the neck starts to go, oh, it feels like it can, almost like a snake can wiggle free. And then let's settle to neutral. Bring your feet closer together. Fold forward from the hips. Bring your arms forward. Backs of hands touch and lift up. And then let's go big open sweep. And a little bit behind and down. And again, forward and up. Just think loose, relaxed, fluid movement, much like you're swimming in the air. Swimming in the air. And then let's go full range, whatever that is for you. Just backs of hands together, up, possibly above you. Oh, and down. And that other idea when it comes to balance and gait and the ability to move around safely and feel equilibrium is that we don't want to be top heavy. We don't want to have a bunch of heavy tension in our chest, shoulders, neck, because that makes us feel sort of clumsy up top, where in Tai Chi they say top empty, bottom full, and even eventually bottom empty as well. Let's reverse. We go back and up, and then around chest and shoulder area, forward and down. Let's do two more of those. Loose, long, fluid, smooth movement. Full range, up over, down in front, back and up. And I've studied many different forms of Tai Chi and Qigong from Yang family and Chen family, and again, different styles. So trying to boil it down to what are just the most fundamental moves that we can rest our practice on. And then sure, we can get fancy at times, but what can you do every day? Just, and so that's what you're seeing here. Scapula, arm circles. Let's do these legs here. Scoot back on your chair. We lift the right knee, gently grab, pull, flex the foot, and then we're extend, bend, down. Other leg. Load, push, full extend, load, down. Again, load, extend, load, down. Load, extend, load. Now, two with each leg, no hands, so just your brain. Load, extend, load, down. load, push, load, down. One more each. And down. Now, right leg extend, we point and flex the foot. And then tilt the foot in and out. And then circle. And reverse circle. Down. Switch. Point flex. Tilt in and out. Circle. And reverse circle. And down. Scoop forward. One more very important one with the legs for function. Feet step wider than hip distance. It's the lift toes. It's internal rotation. Lift toes, external rotation. So from up in the hip socket. Internal, external. The whole leg. Thigh, knee, shin, ankle, foot, toes. All moving from that root. And neutral. Now heels lift and come in as the knees go out. And then heels out, knees in. Heels in, knees out. Heels out, knees in. Two more. From the hips. And neutral. Feet hip distance. Arms hang loose. Crown is tall. Remember the opening protocol of Zhongjung or central upright. Soft and relaxed through the whole body. So instead of clenching, right now that we're going to stand up and sit down, it's very common that people start to clench their body to gird themselves to stand. Instead of realizing, wait, if I'm relaxed, then feet can easily slide, fold from the hips, just kind of pour your weight forward. So now that heaviness, instead of tension putting the heaviness in your body, the heaviness stays underground like electricity, and now we're plugged in through the feet. We hinge, fold, and then we plug in through the chair to the ground. And the more relaxed we are, the more conductive we are, we can conduct our weight down to the ground, and it stays under the ground, and we just change. Oh, now it's the bottom that's connecting, and then it's the feet that are connecting. Now keep it the feet, and let's just fold, sink, and then rise right back up. And then keep it the feet and go forward and middle, and then back and sink and rise. So we want to have a body that's free, loose, and pliable. Sum, right? Sum. And then our equilibrium or our stability comes from heaviness being out of the body, grounding us, and we're loose, right? And that's where all this freedom can come from. You see how much movement I'm creating, but at no point do I look like I'm about to fall over. And it's because I'm grounded down there, and also because I'm organized here. The middle is this place. All right, these are some movements we've been working on in the Friday class, the hip circles and many, many others. But this idea that a loose, relaxed body can also be the most stable possible body also, which doesn't at first make sense, but then over time you go, oh yeah, actually that's true, right? So now we got this chair here. Come and face that chair, fingertips on the chair, and we just tip from the middle into the toes. So now only the front of your foot can be your plug. You're plugging in through the toes and the ball of the foot. And then back a little bit so you're in both heel and toe. And then a little bit back so it's just the heel. And then forward so it's the toe. And Gail, notice we're doing this exercise first. We're just rocking. And notice I'm keeping my vertical sort of general alignment, and I'm tipping it forward and tipping it back, small and controlled. Now, hands on the chair for sure. Let's lift the heels, lower the heels, and then rock back into the heels and lift the toes and down, and then into the toes and lift down, and rock to the heels and lift down, and toes and lift down, heels, lift, and down. Now, heels of hands on the chair, walk your feet back, and stick your booty back, fold in half from the hips. Oh, stretching shoulders, back, legs, buttocks, everything. And then chest up, hips forward a little. And let's do it again. Hips back, fold. And chest up, hips a little bit forward, walk forward. Straighten all the way up. Turn and face forward. Back yourself up just a little bit so that this chair is like mine is. It's off to the right, but it's still in front of me. It's not right next to me. So I have this little runway here, right? Now, loose, relax, right? Same setup. Zhong, central upright through the body. Sung, soft, relaxed, rather than locked and tight. Then we've got our middle. So from our middle, we just arrange a little bit over the right leg and chung one. Let the weight get down through the right and lift your left heel and get to the tippy toe of the left foot. I'll turn sideways so you can see. Just this little lift, down. And then change the weight so it goes down through your left leg, tippy toe of the right, down. So resist the urge to hurry up and pull. Instead, focus on shifting over and sinking. That's the real achievement. That makes this easy. Once the weight is out of this leg, that makes it easy. So the real achievement isn't the lift, it's the sink. Then the lift is easy. Again, shift over and sink through your right leg. Lift your left heel to the tippy toe. Now, next challenge. Touch the chair or use the chair for safety. Tippy toe, lift. Place the whole foot down, shift. Tippy toe, lift. Place the foot down, shift. Now, this is a good one for those of you feeling like you're getting a hang of this, to go no hands, where you know where your chair is for safety, but you start practicing, can I get this little lift? And you notice that I'm not yanking on the foot. That's the key. Because sure, all of us can just clumsily yank on the foot and pull it off the ground, but can you really sink through one, empty the other, float this like a feather, float it like a cloud, place it down while it is still a cloud, and then shift. Then this one's a cloud. Down, and then shift. Tippy toe lift. Lower, shift. Tippy toe lift. Now, definitely use the chair. We're going to repeat your left leg all the way up, all the way down. Again, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, down, up. Switch. First, shift all the way down through your left leg. That's the achievement, the stability. Then lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. Switch. Now, this time, switch each time. So from your middle, you got your teacup on top. You connect down through one and lift, lower. It's still empty. Then from your middle, plug down through the left. Now your right leg can lift and lower, then shift. One of the big common errors here is people lift all right, and then as the leg is going down, they get stuck to the leg and it pulls their body down into the leg. Be able to place the whole foot down with no weight, then you decide to change. Lift, lower, change. Loose, relaxed. At first, loose and relaxed feels less stable. So if when you actually relax, you go, whoa, that you're actually on the right track. When you feel a little, whoa, whoa, that is, you're letting go of those comfort zones of tension that you've grown accustomed to, and you're opening into a new liquid world, a fluid system of movement. All right. Last one, lift and hold. So bring one up, hold, and consider going very light on the chair or possibly no hand. Loose. Loose. And make sure you get that knee up as high as you can. A lot of times people stop here. This, really important, helps set the pelvis in the correct position. And then switch, hand on the chair, get that other one all the way up, keep it there, possibly light touch or no touch. All the way down. All righty. So now, again, you guys are facing like this. Take a step back a bit so the chair is in front of you, but it's off to the side, and you have this runway. Okay? Now, put all your weight in your left leg. Right foot is empty. You notice I haven't done anything with the right leg, but it's empty. Now I touch the heel in front. Bring the foot back to where it was while empty. Change. So from your middle, make the right leg full, the left leg empty, and then touch that left heel in front. Bring it back. Change. So we don't step immediately. We sink through. That makes the foot steppable. Bring it back with no weight. Sink through. That, I use the word earn. You got to earn the right to take a step. How do you earn it? By having good alignment, relaxing and sinking through one leg, then that makes that foot free. Doesn't mean you can't clumsily grab it and take a step. You could, but you want to earn the right. You want to sink and touch that heel empty, and then sink and touch. Bring it back and sink and touch. Now, bring your weight into your left leg, put your right heel in front. Now, remember, down through the leg. So the foot's in front. When I go down through it, I am moving forward, but I'm not lurching or leaning or tipping. I'm vertical, just like I was in the previous exercises. Then sink down through the leg that's behind you. Same idea, just sinking down through. The foot is in front. Now I'm going down and moving forward. The foot is in back. I'm going down and then down and down, down, down. Now, stay in your back leg, touch the chair. Front leg is empty from the hip. Float, touch the heel, shift. Commit all the way down through the right leg. Back leg like a flamingo, bend the knee. Heel comes up, touch the toe, and then commit. The great achievement is the down. The lift is an afterthought. Same thing here. The great achievement is getting the weight down. This becomes Not impressive. It's really this. Down. Then the lift. Down. Then the lift. Down. Now, hand on chair. Full lift. Softly land the empty heel. Shift. Back leg all the way up. Reach the toe behind. Commit all the weight. Once you got weight here, this can lift and lower. Then all the way forward and up. Back. All the way up. Down. All the way forward and up. Back. All the way. Now bring your right foot next to your left foot. Shift the weight to your right leg. Side step. Shift. Now you're near to this chair. Let's do that first exercise, the empty heel touch. Put the weight in the right, empty heel in front. Bring it back and switch. The achievement is down. Then the foot can step. Bring it back. Down. Back. Down. Down. Now, with your left heel in front, shift. Shift. So exercise 1, we don't ever leave the ground with the foot, but we do completely separate full and empty, meaning 100% committed to one, the other is totally empty. And then 100% committed down to that one where the other one is empty. Commit, commit. We can do that. Then we got the next challenge. You can do this with hand touching, or if you're feeling pretty comfortable, maybe you float with no hand, shift. And then that back leg empty. Usually the problem is people are 80-20ing, right? Where you think you've gotten out of this leg, but you actually haven't. So then when you yank it up, that extra 20% goes slamming down into that leg. Versus if I've already committed to it, then this is functioning empty. And then now same idea here. If I still have weight back here, then when I lift it, it creates chaos. But if I've truly committed, then this leg is free. And then if I've truly committed, this leg is free. So often we're trying to effort our way. We're trying to do more, but we're doing the wrong thing. If we focus on, oh, it's actually about being softer and more down to the earth and softer and more down to the earth, it's easier once you break through. Let's go hand on chair so we can full lift, down, shift. Back leg empty. If it's truly empty, you should be able to fold all the way up, extend all the way back. Then we shift and sit through it. If this one's empty, you should be able to fold it up, extend it softly, and then shift. Back leg forward and up. Reach it back. Shift. Up, down, shift. Forward and up, back, shift. Let's switch sides, back to the first side. So left foot takes the weight so we can step, right? You see how the step is made possible by this. If I don't do that, then I'm tight and I go plunk. But here, and then here, and then here, right? Now all the way through your left leg, right foot in front, we just go commit to the right leg, we've moved forward, step the left foot empty, then commit to your left foot once more. You've moved 2 steps forward. Now, down through your back leg. Wait until this foot's truly empty so that you can step it back. You see how when it's empty, no disturbance to my body. Now it's back and then commit. So we commit to the leg, the body is moving forward. We step, the body does not move forward. Then committing, the body moves forward. Same in reverse. Commit, you move backwards. You step, you do not, but then you commit, and you do. shift, step, shift, shift, step, shift. Let's take that up a notch. Use the chair, lift, lower, shift. Now there's an obstacle in front of your back foot. You got to pick it up. Step over. Now lower the leg without being stuck to the leg. Don't get pulled with it. And then you decide when it's time to shift. Back leg empty, lift and lower. Commit to that back leg. Same thing here. This leg, if it's truly empty, it can fold a little. It can extend all without pulling my body with it. Then I commit to that leg. Lift, lower, shift. This leg empty like a cloud, floats, lowering, and then shift. Bend, down, shift. This is often the hardest part here. So we're good, we're good. And then this, we're often stuck to the leg. So it's getting good at extending, then shifting. Lift, lower, shift. Same, this one's easier than going backwards, but it's similar. We have to extend the leg like elastic or like an octopus tentacle and then shift onto it. And then in reverse, shift. So now it's up, tuck, and then if it's truly empty, it can be soft and loose. Then you plug into the earth. Let's go full range using the chair most likely. Touching it, we go all the way up, down, shift. Back leg full range to sort of break up plaque and tartar. We heel to butt, knee to chest, leg extend, softly down, shift. And then back leg, forward and up, softly back, shift. Up, tuck, reach, shift. Fold the leg up, extend, shift. Heel, knee, foot, down, shift. You can do it slow and smooth, fast will come. You got to pave the roads before you can take your Lamborghini speeding down the road, right? Let's go ahead and switch sides. So just keep that in mind when you're doing this. You're really preparing the joints, the tissues, the nerves, the brain and body, internet to understand how to stay graceful. Let's go left foot in front, down, step, down, down, step, down. Soft step, soft, soft step, soft. Relax to the earth, step, relax to the earth. Level 2. Stay down through your back leg, front leg, a little float, down, shift. Now you got a little obstacle, step over. It can be as low as you'd like. Just pick the foot up and over, and then shift. Back leg like a little flamingo, bend and lower, shift. Step, I'm sorry, up, tuck, extend, right? So there's that money shot right there. Then from your middle, plug to the earth. We stay plugged through one leg and then we plug to the earth. Step over, still haven't committed to it even though it's touching the ground, and then we plug to the earth. Back leg lift and lower, and then plug. Up, tuck, soft and long. Plug to the earth. Lift, lower, plug. Over the top, plug. Loose. Keep an eye on your grabbing and practice not grabbing. Now, hand on the chair, knee, soft heel, shift. Now full range. So it's heel to butt, knee to chest, leg extend, softly land, shift. And then that back leg forward and up. Softly reach back, shift. Once you're committed to the back leg, the front leg could float up, softly extend, shift. Once I'm fully committed to the back leg, then this one is free. Once committed, so that's one of the sayings, separate yin and yang, separate empty and full. But they're not ripped apart from each other. They're still relating, sort of like a scale, relating through the middle. Without the middle, they're just two separate things. Through the middle, they become a functioning mechanism. All right. Come and stand at the far left of your space. Do that exercise. Before we go walking, once again, go heel, bring it back, switch. Heel, bring it back, switch. Heel, back, switch. Heel, back, switch. Now put a heel out and commit to that leg. Step the other foot with no body weight. Commit to that leg. That moves you to the next location in the room. Step. When you step, you're still in the same location, but now you commit to a new location. When you step, you're still in the same location, and then you commit, you're in a new one. Step, commit. Step, commit. In reverse, the same thing. So commit to your foot that's behind you. Stay in that location even when you step the toes, then commit. Now you're in a new location. Stay in that location as you step. Then commit to that new location. Step, you don't move. Shift and commit, you do. Step, you don't. Shift, you do. Step, you don't move. Shift, you do move. Forward. Over time, you start to blend those together so that it's just wheels flowing forward. But at first, we have to reclaim this awareness of, okay, down, step, down, step, down, step, down, step, down, reverse, step, reverse, step, reverse, step, reverse, step. And then just for these next two, let it flow a little bit. Just kind of go. But keep this idea that it's down, 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 down. Once more. And side steps. So once you've gotten back to your starting gait, put all your weight face forward, and then put all your weight in your left leg and right foot out, in, out, in. We're going to repeat that. So again, we're making clear that one leg is our conduit to the ground, the other is free to move. Now, put that one out there, commit all the way. Now, this one's our conduit to the ground, this one's empty. And then commit. Now, this one's full, this one's empty. And then commit. Vertical. So there's no leaning. That's the other piece, is where we get our movement from. A lot of times people are stuck here, and so then they kind of tip. And in a way, I'm kind of over this leg. I can create balance, but it's very different than when I've opened and closed. closed, open. And then I brought my vertical with me to the earth. Now stay in your right leg, left foot in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. And now maybe the most important one, keep the feet together and from your groin, belly, low back, from this region, change the weight down through the left, change the weight down through the right. So when the feet and legs are almost glued together, yet we keep our vertical and we're soft and loose enough to find the internal mechanism that makes this foot empty and then change. Now this foot's empty, right? You can see that I'm doing it. Change. Now this one's empty. And then change. This one. Change. Change. Now let's put all those together for the sideways walk. Down through your left, right steps empty. Down through your right, left steps empty. Down through your left, right steps empty. So we're traveling to your right now. Down through the right, left steps in. Down through your left, right steps out. Down through the right. And again, my little teacup was just coming along for the ride. Out, shift. In, shift. Out, shift. Left foot in and out, and let's go back. Down, step, down, step, down, step, down, step. Effortless, loose. Because on our next round, we're going to start to add the bear washing paws in the stream, right? So have this idea that if you were stiff like this, you'd start moving and creating all this chaos. But if you're loose, you can just, from this middle, just start to turn, 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 turn. So let's do the bear washing paws. Step right foot out. We go shift to the right, turn, brush, and sweep. Step left foot in. Now the weight goes down through the left like we were just doing. Turn, brush, and sweep. Right foot out. Shift, turn, brush, and sweep. Step in. Shift, turn, brush, and sweep. Step out. Shift, turn, brush, and sweep. Step in. Shift, turn, brush, and sweep. Step out. The bear swirls the stream. Again, we worked on all these on our Friday class. Maybe not this last one. We were doing some new stuff on Friday, but this one we've done many times. The bear swirls the stream. So now that sweeping hand goes far away and comes in close, and then far away. When the weight's in the right, the left can step. Now we're ready to shift and turn and brush and swirl. Right foot is empty. It can step in and shift, turn, brush, and swirl. We're established here. Left foot can step. And then you get to the end of your runway, go back. But let's add. Float your left arm up about chest level. We've got shift and turn, brush knee, and swap the jumping fish. Bring that left foot in as the hands change. Now it's shift into the left, turn, brush, and swap. Then step the right foot, right hand down, left arm up. We're ready to go. Shift and turn, brush knee, and swap the fish. Make sure you get all the way over here, then bring left foot in, left hand down, right arm up. Eventually, all three of those happen with each other. Shift into your left leg, turn, brush knee, and swap the jumping fish. Make sure everything gets over to the side. Now step, right foot out, right hand down, left hand up. Shift, turn, brush, swap. Stepping left foot in as left hand goes down and right arm comes up. And then shift into the left leg, turn, brush, and swat. Make sure the hands get all the way across. And then step right foot out as you bring right arm down and left arm up. And then shift, turn, brush, swat. Left foot in as left arm goes down, right arm comes up. And then shift, turn, brush. Right foot steps out as right arm goes down, left hand comes up. Shift, turn, brush. Left foot in. Left hand down, right arm up, step out. Let's go back the way we came. Shift, turn, brush, and swap. Right foot in as arms chain. Shift, turn, brush, and swap. Left foot out as arms chain. Shift, turn. Right foot in as arms chain. Shift, turn. Left foot out as arms chain. Shift, turn. Right foot in as arms chain. Shift, turn. Left foot out as arms chain. Shift, turn. Right foot in as arms change. Now, right foot out, and we're going to do the two-hand circle, under and up, step in, turn, go over top. The weight should now be in your left leg, and come down, step out. So we're going shift, turn, sweep under and up, step in. Shift, turn, go over top and down, step out. Shift, turn, sweep under and up, step in. Shift, turn, go over the top, down, step out. Shift, turn, under and up. Switch, bring those hands down, step out. We go shift, turn, under and up, step the right foot in. Shift, turn, over top. Sinking down, left foot's free to step out. Flow right into it. Under and up, step in. Over and down, step out. Shift, turn, under and up, step in. Shift, turn, over and up, down. Again. And again, step in and out. Now see if you can get this one to kind of flow. There's almost like a dance to it. But in your mind, just gently think, separate empty and full. Be clear on the fact that it's left leg full, right leg empty, and then right leg full, left leg empty, so it can step. Left leg full, right is empty, so it can step. Switch. And wash, wash, settle. Now come stand in between your chairs, just in case you have any stability issue as we do this next bit. The Sink Chi Wash Organs move, which is the resetting of the full plumbing system. So when we practice Tai Chi or gait and balance or single sort of individual areas of the body, we're working one specific spot, which is wonderful, but we want to make sure we reintegrate that back into the whole, because the goal of all of it is, what is it? The the whole is greater than the sum of each individual part. So we're training each individual part, but then we're going, yeah, but we want it integrated because the body functions as one liquid sort of octopus, right? So the way we do this last little thing is rock into the toes a little, float your hands forward. You stay facing forward. Don't turn unless I specifically say turn. You just keep facing forward because I got to change and show angles so that you can see. Rock to the heels, sweep back. Rock to the toes, forward. Heels back. Now, as your back and your heels open and lift. And then as you rock to your toes, sweep around, out in front, right around mouth level, right? Right around mouth level, palms face up. Then as you rock to your heels, it's like you're drawing in or bringing in the mouth, past the mouth, and then settle to the middle of your feet, hands settle right at the belly. So this is like a pooling, consolidating. And then hips go back like we're going to squat. Elbows come a little forward, hollowing the front, opening the back. And then we sit the buttocks. And as you're sitting the buttocks, release your arms completely. Let them hang. So we're in this sort of opening back Tai Chi squat. And then push through the earth and come back to standing. Do that again. So we rock back to the heels, sweep, open, and lift. That's a fluid gesture. Second fluid gesture, rock to the toes, sweep around, palms face up. Third fluid gesture is rock back, bring in, and settling to the middle of feet, hands to the belly. So that's one gesture eventually. Fourth gesture is hips back, elbows forward, and sit and release the arms. Make sure you let those arms stay loose as you come back up so they hang naturally in neutral. Let's do two more. Rock back, open and lift. Fluid gesture one. Rock forward, sweep around, palms face up. Fluid gesture two. Rock back, bringing in and down. Fluid gesture three. Then four is hips back, elbows forward, hollow front, open back, and sit and release. Push through the earth and stand. One more time. Rock back, open and lift. Rock forward, sweep around. Rock back, bringing in and settle. And hollow, sit and release. And back to standing. And then from Tai Chi or Tai Chi, which is up and down, empty and full, turn that way, turn this way, sweep over here, sweep back there, right? Tai Chi basically means everything, duality. So from practicing Tai Chi, we now do Wu Ji, which means no activity. So wing roll fold. We're telling all of our chi, all of our mind and attention to settle back to its most undifferentiated, unactive, settled, consolidated state. So do that one more time and just feel how this gesture, wing, roll, fold, can be used to promote that, settling down to this middle reservoir, and then seal, one hand over, other hand over. If possible, just a soft, gentle close of the eyes, but sometimes that throws the balance off, so just have a relaxed gaze if balance doesn't permit that. Just a few moments of Wu Ji, which is basically training precision. of your mind and your life force. So we have to level set back to zero. Otherwise, we're always sort of exhausting and grinding and chaotic. So returning to zero. And then when we reemerge from Wu Ji, we remember the Taoist concept Wu Wei, which means doing everything. I'm sorry, doing nothing while accomplishing everything. So it means we don't go, all right, hurry up, let's go, let's go. We stay in this state of doing nothing, and then we emerge the amount of our life force that is required to do it. So if I had to pick something up, I would just fold and sink and grab and bring it up. And when we're young and vibrant, we feel immortal and we feel like I have more energy than I could ever use. So I can do anything I want. I can drink all night and do this and do that. But as we get older, and especially if you get ill, you got to be very intelligent with your use of your chi, right? It just makes sense. And so for longevity, that skill of precision use of your energy. And if our body's all in bad shape when we're walking around, well, we're using all this energy just to keep ourselves from falling over. But if we can have this that we just practiced this whole time, then we're doing nothing. And yet I can move, and that didn't take anything out of me, right? Because I'm just loose. But if I'm tight and I try to do all that, I've created all this chaos, uses up life force. So just have this idea that there's this state of being after you've loosened tissue and circulated life force, like irrigating the fields. And then you've returned and said, okay, be quiet, be very quiet. Then you go about Wu Wei, doing everything you got to do today in a state of ease and flow. All right. So thank you so much, everybody. Great job. And if you have any thoughts or questions, always feel free to uh, unmute and share them now, or you can email, whatever you need. Okay.
I have a question. I probably
Yeah,
asked you this question before. Doing especially the standing exercises, my neck gets really sore, and so I have
Yep.
to just sit down and take a break. This is the broken collarbone side of my
Yeah.
body, and
Yeah.
this neck and this, I don't know what this muscle is, just gets really sore if I even look at it the wrong way.
Yeah, that's the trapezius muscle.
Yeah,
That's if you look that up, you will see that it's this kite shaped like a kite that
right.
goes from here all the way out to here and then down the back, all the way down the middle back. So it's tied into a lot of areas, and that's one of the number one places people go, "Oh, I'm so sore," and someone comes up and massages your shoulders,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
sometimes it's so sore it can even be like, "Don't touch it, please." That hurts, right?
Yeah,
So,
the touching thing doesn't hurt, but moving, like even if I'm going on a walk and it's
yep,
sensitive, it
yep,
starts to really bother me.
yeah,
So I don't know. I
yeah.
mean,
I mean, I think this is where we have, I don't know if you have a good massage therapist.
yeah, I
I don't
do.
know if it's healthy for you to get in a sauna. Um, you, there's what we should be doing, right? When we're doing joint mobilization, we're doing something that a massage and a sauna and other things can't do,
Right,
which is
right.
brain and body, training to actually use the body.
Yeah,
But it's really helpful to be able to have someone come in from the outside and, you know, put an elbow in somewhere and dig it out and
yeah,
move you in a way. So there's that. But if you've got a broken collarbone and then there's, bad habits and scar
yeah.
tissue, that's something that has to be dealt with in various ways. So I don't know if that even gets close to answering
Yeah,
your
I mean, that
question,
helps.
but
That helps. Yeah.
yeah.
It's not, no, it's not like I have, you didn't tell me something I can do in 5 minutes and fix it forever, but that's okay.
That
I really,
doesn't exist.
yeah,
But
yeah.
one other thing is arnica,
Oh,
arnica gel, and then there's other things, icy hot,
yeah,
and maybe people here know some other stuff that That works really well
Okay.
and then they have those lidocaine patches,
Yeah, I
and
have one of those. Yeah.
yeah. So there's just things you can do, and maybe it takes everything in the arsenal.
Yes.
You
I
know?
think it does sometimes. And sometimes even that isn't enough.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
And that's
Life.
okay. It's not your
The
fault. You didn't
the
break my
no.
collarbone. I did. And
True.
they don't fix it, they don't do surgery on the collarbone. They just leave it. I mean,
So it's just bye,
it's just
Gail.
hanging,
Yeah.
hanging. It's running
Yeah.
wild, running free, born free.
Wow. Well, that's no fun.
No. But thank you for your suggestions. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah, sometimes there are no good answers, right?
Yeah. Well, it's a good answer. It's just not an easy answer, which means it's a good answer.
Yeah. The right answer doesn't really necessarily
Right.
yeah. All
Okay. Well,
right.
thank you.
Yeah, pleasure, Nancy. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks a
Anything?
lot, Otto.
Yeah. Mark, how you feeling? You picking it up a little bit? Looks
Good.
like
I,
it.
I had a long bike ride on Saturday, so I'm
Cool.
feeling fatigued from that, but
Yeah.
it was
But you're
good.
getting the idea, right, of
Yeah,
taming the wild horse, you know?
getting there.
Yeah. All righty. Later.